everyone, Lord Magicus here. It's been a minute. I haven't been streaming a whole lot in the last month, but it's all right. I'm here today. That's what matters, right? Now things that well, I've not had like a huge amount of interest in like modern or legacy lately, especially not modern. Like I think that format is still just like fucked, but it's okay. I'm still making time to come hang out with everybody here because I don't be gone for too long, so we got to do something, right? So this has been like one of my more recent interests. This actually in Pauper. I've been playing a lot of Pauper in Paper recently, so again, it's on my list. I want to stream some more on Pauper in this channel, so we'll see about that. But today we're gonna play more Arena. So yeah, if you want to get your name in the title card here, or you just feel like you want to support me and you want to sub to my channel, or that's cool. Any of the Twitch subs or YouTube members get added to the title card. That's the least I can do. Say thank you. So, thank you. Right now, I got Totes, not Zoe, on the list here. Zoe is awesome. Really appreciate it. And I mean, at the very least, if you could just like thumbs up the replay, that would be amazingly helpful to me. Uh, the likes matter. I mean, I always read through all the comments, so if there's anything you want to ask about or just literally talk about anything, that's cool. I always read through it, so just let me know if you have suggestions for stuff you want to see or questions you want to ask and stuff. So yeah. Okay, let's look at this here. I will warn you, like I changed my camera setup a little bit, so I'm not using the normal camera I do. So if things should be set up, everything should work okay with this. But if for some reason it looks a little bit different, that's why. So here we go. Yeah, so let's look at this. So we're gonna play Timeless today. We're gonna be going to class. We're playing Show and Tell. We did this once already. So basically, this is a very popular legacy deck, and there's also a vintage version of this too that also plays like Oath of Druids. The idea behind this deck is that you are going to cast this one spell, and that lets you put anything from your hand into play, and then the idea is that you're going to put something ridiculously more powerful than your opponent in play. So our main things we're going to jump in or drop in here are Atraxa and also Omniscience. So Omniscience will let us cast every spell in our deck, which when comboed with Fae of Wishes here, we can use Granted to access our sideboard, and we can then get this Enter the Infinite, cast Enter the Infinite, draw the rest of our deck here, and then cast one more Granted to get the, come back here, the Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, activate it and win the game. So Fae of Wishes plus Omniscience is like the main kind of combo here. We can always just use stuff like stock ups or assemble the teams and whatnot to try to find this. Even when we're playing Atraxa, half the time we're really just looking to find this card, because if this is the card that wins us the game the same turn that we put Omniscience into play. I mean, at the very worst, the alternative is we could just Show and Tell in an Atraxa, which will find us a lot of cards, very possibly another Show and Tell to do the same thing again next turn. But it will stabilize the game against the aggro decks, because now all of a sudden they like, no matter what, you're at +7 life from blocking with this thing because of the life link, and it takes their, you're not taking damage from their best attacker. So it is a very hard hill to climb for an aggro deck to get through Atraxa. So any attack they make is just going to really be bad because of this thing. When it enters, you get to put a whole bunch of cards in your hand, and yeah, it's just very powerful. And then we're playing a bunch of stuff. Assemble the Team helps us find the cards that we need here. Searching the top third of your deck usually is good enough to find whatever you're looking for. We get to play our singleton Demonic Tutor, which is very strong. And the other thing is that with Omniscience here, sometimes you're not always going to have like one of these threats, because I mean, if you have you might just put Omniscience in play and then have nothing to do with it. Well, we kind of get around that with like one of our land drops being Waterlogged Teachings, where we can just play this in like turn one if we need the mana or badly, or it's a card that's very nice to put under a Chrome Mox. But the cool thing is that it's also we can cast it with Omniscience to search for an instant card or a card with Flash. So we can use it to find Hullbreaker Horror. So effectively, all 4 copies of Waterlogged Teachings are really just copies of Hullbreaker Horror. They can also find a Borne upon the Wind, which means that if we're playing against Show and Tell in the mirror, we happen to have Teachings and Omniscience, then we can actually kind of combo off at instant speed ahead of our opponent, because this will give all the spells that we want to cast Flash. And then, yeah, we can literally just win the game before they can actually do anything. Yep. And basically, it's just that. We have stock ups, which this card is fantastic. You just dig 5 cards deep. So it's like the most powerful fair blue draw spell. So it's been seeing a lot of play in every format it's legal in. It's like the new expressive iteration. This card is ridiculously good. One of the best blue spells they've ever printed. I would not be surprised if it got banned in at least one or more formats at some point. But if it's legal, you should probably be playing this. The slots in this deck are really tight, but I really want to have a way to dig for the combo. Because it can actually, one card can find both pieces of it. It can find you your Show and Tell and like an Atraxa or an Omniscience. We do have 1 copy of Dig Through Time. This means if we're stuck with like Omniscience and Waterlogged Teachings, one option we have is we can Teachings to get the Dig Through Time, and then since Dig Through Time can't find stock up, or some Teachings can't find stock up, it can find Dig Through Time, which basically does the same thing as stock up. It digs like 2 cards deeper. It has Delve here, so I mean, it's not impossible to just actually cast this for real mana, and the card is like obviously still really good, but we may as well play our 1 copy of it because, yeah, like I said, it's a way for us, like when we have Teachings and we're just looking for stuff to win the game with, it lets us dig deep to find what we want. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we have Veil of Summer is our protection. It stops Thought Seizes. It also stops opposing counter spells. We have 2 copies of Mana Drain. This card is also very good. Like, I would still like to have another copy of Mana Drain in my deck somewhere, but it is just really hard to find slots because we're using all of them. So that Brainstorm, really powerful with the fetch lands, of course. We have 1 copy of Dark Ritual. This does actually increase the possibility of us being able to combo off in turn 1. It also makes it a little bit more feasible if we have to burn one of the Fae of Wishes for whatever reason, like under a Chrome Mox or something. It makes it possible to Enter the Infinite and then have enough mana sources to use its ability to cast it from exile and then discard 2 cards to return it to your hand, and then you can Omniscience the granted the last time. So we do have 4 Chrome Moxes here. So like I said, if we have to go off with 1 copy of Fae Wishes, we have enough extra mana sources where we can actually do so. Chrome Mox is again like, and the legacy version of this deck plays Ancient Tombs and and it also plays Lotus Petals, and Chrome Mox kind of fills that sort of mana accelerant role, so we can just sometimes turn 1 or turn 2 the opponent just by surprise. That's pretty much it. This is a really quick deck to play. It's pretty easy to get your 15 wins with it, so hopefully we'll do that today. Alright, let's go. I think I have the... Yeah, I have the audio turned off. We have Veil and we have Staka. The only problem is that the Hedge Maze is in our hand here. Assemble's pretty good too. They're keeping 7 cards. Like, probably what we want to do is put Assemble under the Chrome Mox. That way we can cast the... Well, I guess we'll see. There's some chance I might want to do that. Okay, probably not. Actually, if this is the burn deck, then we probably put Veil under here and just play Hedge Maze. The other option is we could play the Watery, or we could play Delta and get the other one, since next turn we'll probably be casting Assemble the Team anyway. Which means, I think I'm just playing this and passing. We're not using this right now, so there's no reason to play it. We gotta try to preserve our life total a little bit, so I don't want to like be forced to shock myself next turn if it's not necessary. I definitely don't want Misty. Oh, that is great. So, all right, all we need now is we need a way to actually win. So we will put Veil here. We'll cast Assemble. Omniscience will do it. And then Surveil Land. It probably doesn't hurt to have an extra copy of Show and Tell there. Chances are our opponent's not going to have anything that's going to be capable of stopping us here. Especially on one land. Like, we've got this. Alright. Yeah, that's not actually going to do anything. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to cast Granted, get Enter the Infinite, then cast another Granted, get Jace, and win. Eidolon won't even trigger once. There you go. Oh, yeah. I do have chat here. So if anybody wants to stop by and, say, or, shoot the shit with me while I'm doing this, by all means. My link tree is also in the chat there, so. So, I think we're supposed to keep this. This is like a turn 3, we just do it. I guess let's play Undercity. Surveil. Sure. I don't think that's what we want, really. We have 2 of those already, so. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is gonna hurt. We've burned 3 cards already. I'm guessing they're going to probably use a lightning bolt here. The sad thing is we're going to have to, like, bolt ourselves with our land in order to do this. Does this get... makes a treasure? Okay. That's fine. Yeah, unfortunately... Let's think. Theoretically, we could do this next turn, right? Because we have Dark Ritual. We could use... So that provides the 1 for that and the 2 for the Show and Tell. So actually, we don't even have to do this now. We can get the Hedge Maze and save ourselves some life here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, I think this is okay. Because, yeah, our turn, what we're going to do is we cast Dark Ritual, assemble the team, find something, and then Show and Tell it into play, and that will probably just be the game. They're gonna know what we have before we do. Yeah, Eidolon's fine, but we should be able to win through that. Veil is not gonna do anything here. Yeah, we just get Omniscience. We have the Fae of Wishes in hand, so... Yeah, we just get, Enter the Infinite. Put Misty Rainforest back on top. Get our other Fae of Wishes here. Granted. Get Jace. Cast Jace. And mill ourselves. There we go. I feel like, yeah, we've got pretty good game against the red decks. Like, they got to be very fast in order to beat us. What's our achievement? I'm sure it's for drawing cards, right? Oh yeah, draw 2,500 cards over any number of games. Cool. Nice. All right. Let's go. Mr. Butters, the cat here, is just sleeping in the chair next to me. This is tough. This is almost a keepable hand here. We're on the draw. I think that I'm keeping this. We're going to play Teachings in turn 1. We'll have to fetch Shock for the breeding pool in order to cast Assemble the Team. But, I mean, the worst case, we can just get a land with this thing if we have to. Just hope we don't have to see, like, Blood Moon or something like that. Well, that might actually change things a little bit. No, we still have to do this here. Probably should cast the Chrome Mox now, just in case they have... No, I guess we don't need to right now. There's some possibility they could, like, blow it up. I guess if they have Eidolon, it doesn't really matter. Because we still have, like, Show and Tell here. Okay, I think that's fine. We just put Hullbreaker Horror into play and then just Chrome Mox and, like, bounce Ragavan. That seems really good. I don't even think I'm going to imprint anything on this Chrome Mox. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to cast it just to bounce things. And here's the thing: if they invest, like, let's say they magically find some way to get rid of this Hullbreaker Horror, I am threatening to just, like, assemble the team, Show and Tell, like, Atraxa, like, 2 turns from now. Okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't think so. That seems fine. Yeah, Atraxa is probably the card that just wins this game. Like, once we put Atraxa in play, the game's over. So we already have a third show and tell here. So, like, like, Omniscience, like, or another Atraxa will just be devastating. Like, as if the 7/7 lifelinker against the red deck is not devastating enough, right? They didn't dash Ragavan. Okay, they're playing Grim Lavamancer. Sure. Probably just gonna bounce that, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll start with stock up. I guess we will take Mana Drain. Fae of Wishes. Or actually, we just take another Atraxa, right? That seems fine. We only get 4. We have sorcery, land, instant creature. Okay. I can't do it again this turn, but we may as well look. Like here, I can probably just play stock up and then hold up mana drain, and that would be enough. Like they can't attack because Atraxa just threatens to kill anything that they like put into play, so or anything they attack with. So they might lightning bolt Atraxa here. That'd be interesting. They have nothing. They're like this game's over. Because they also know I just have another one in my hand, so yeah. Beautiful. Alright. 3 easy wins so far. We haven't had to think a whole lot. Let's see. I think I'm supposed to keep this. We just need the show and tell. We can use the brainstorm to try to find it. We do have the polluted delta next turn but this lets us hold up the Veil of Summer in case of Thoughtseize. The Hedge Maze. Probably. Yeah, that's probably not a bad thing to have right now. And chances are we're just going to brainstorm the end of their turn. Okay. Definitely Borne Upon a Wind and the Undercity Sewers. Actually, get rid of Chrome Mox, right? I don't think we need that. Yeah, now we can just get Undercity here and Surveil. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Alright, we win. Go to class. Okay. Yeah. They had nothing. Even if they had the Thoughtseize this game, it wouldn't have helped because we opened in Veil of Summer, so. 4-0. Easy games, easy life. This is the deck that I'm working on putting together for paper right now. Like, I have this nice little pile of shiny cards for this here, as well as like some other stuff too. Like, you know, like we have the, you know, like Emrakul's here and like Ancient Tombs that the Legacy deck gets to play. So it's a really powerful deck. It's fun to play, especially in paper. Alright, let me think here. This hand, we go first, but we don't have any protection. And we don't have the combo. I think it's not bad by any means. Like, it's pretty, but I think we can do a little better. Yeah, I think this has everything here. I think we're just putting Veil away. We just need to draw lands. We've got we've got show and tell here. Oh, cool. Guess we'll just pass. There's no reason to show the Chrome Mox just yet. Lotus Cobra, okay. Yeah, I'll pay 2 life. Okay, show and tell. Put Omniscience in play. Alright, they do have mana here they can use. Alright, I want to see if they have if they like have a manager, like, or I don't know what they could have, but I want them to burn whatever resource they have on the stock up and not the Fae of Wishes. So that's why I'm trying to encourage them to do something about this. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's just another Lotus Cobra. Okay, then we just win. Yeah, all of this was pointless. The only reason I'm doing this first is simply because casting this first they might just be inclined to concede, so I don't need another show and tell. It's fine. Alright. Okay, we just get Enter the Infinite here, cast it. I will put the sure, mana drain can go back on the top. And then where is it? We had it all the way back at the beginning of our hand. Cast granted. Get Jace. Cast stupid Jace butt face. Nope, not that one. Arena makes it a little bit weird to like yeah, it makes it a little bit weird trying to like click on cards in your hand and everything, but so it is easier to do on paper to just manage it because you can ignore basically most of the cards in the deck at that point, but yeah, I just wish that it organized them a little bit better. Oh well. 5-0. There we go. Easy peasy. We are just blowing through it today. I was really afraid they were going to do something meaningful with that Lotus Cobra. I guess they just had nothing else. Like, there were cards that they could potentially get with Court of Calling that could have actually, like, hurt me, I think, to potentially blow up Omniscience, but I believe I'm supposed to keep this because we can just turn to throw in Atraxa out, so that's possibly good enough. Just play Hedge Maze. Chrome Mox. don't really need Chrome Mox here. If anything, I would rather draw another actual land, so that if for some reason the show and tell fails, then I'm only looking for a show and tell and not show and tell plus another mana source. No! Alright. See, this is exactly what I'm saying, because now, if we had put the Chrome Mox on top, we would be in so much trouble here. So now what I'll probably do is just cast this stock up. They could have Spell Pierce here. Let's hope they don't. It looks like they do. They have Spell Pierce. Alright, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm doing it like this for the time. Oh, you know what? That was a mistake. I should have taken the Borne Upon a Wind. Because if I put this under here and use the fetch land to find it, like, later, it makes it easier to get the show and tell back. Putting it on top and drawing it means this won't do anything until turn 5. Okay. So, I don't know, our opponent might be playing show and tells as well. So we can just get an island here. Stock up here. Get show and tell, and I guess another stock up. Alright. See. We're hoping they don't show and tell like Atraxa. That's it. So what we can do here is we can just Mystic Sanctuary and put show and tell back on top of the deck. And we have Veil of Summer to protect ourselves. But we have to be careful because their opponent, if they're... See, I kind of think right now that the play might actually be to find Omniscience. Do I actually want back on? I mean, I have a show and tell in my hand right now, but it's probably not a bad idea to just put another one there just to be safe. And I have Veil of Summer, so a discard spell is not going to ruin my life. Yeah. This is the thing. Having Borne up, okay, they're gonna do the thing. Yeah, having Borne Upon a Wind would have been great, but because we could have actually comboed in response to this, they're gonna go with the Approach of the Second Sun, which does essentially the same thing. You know, same nonsense. It's all fine. Yeah, Mastermind's Acquisition, kind of the same thing as the Fairy here. It lets you search the sideboard or your deck. So they're just going to search for Approach and play it. Yeah, they had it a little bit faster. Like, if we would have had the Omniscience, like, I could have potentially gone for it faster. The problem is, Atraxa is actually not that good in the mirror. You really, really want to have the Omniscience, because if you just play Atraxa and they have Omniscience and you pass to them, you've just handed them the game. So it's the mirror is really weird. Yes, I am looking at chat, and here I will have it on screen if anybody wants to. heckle me, or or voice support. That's an option. You could always tell me, what a great job I'm doing. So what we lost like 1 out of our 6 games, I think, so far. Tough times. I think Fae of Wishes is good for this deck. I mean, it basically does the same thing as Mastermind's Acquisition, like the same purpose here. The difference is like it it can be used as like an emergency blocker against like the red decks, I guess. It's a little easier to hardcast, granted, because it only requires blue mana. I am terrible and should be ashamed. For what? What have I done that's so evil? Besides playing blue cards. Alright. Oh, okay. No, I didn't have fun with a draw. A draw doesn't really... that means the system failed at whatever it was trying to do. Yeah, it was pairing me against somebody who was in, rank ahead. But it happens sometimes. But I guess whatever happened, they like disconnected before it actually started the game or something. That's fine. It's okay. It's good because yeah, like I just want to get in the habit of like casting show and tells a bunch because there I am going to be playing it in Legacy and probably within the next month. This hand is missing show and tell. I'm not huge like it. It's missing land too. Am I platinum like Jared? Not since the ladder reset. I haven't played enough yet. I think I do keep this one. Get rid of the Hedge Maze. If this Brainstorm theoretically could find show and tell. Yeah. That's fine, I guess. It's no, I mean, I can put any random card under the Chrome Mox. I don't really need that there. Oh, see, that's great. So, I guess the question is, I can just Chrome Mox the Brainstorm, just go for it, and then if they don't have Spell Pierce, I just win the game, right? So, all right, we're gonna go. Fuck it, we ball. Just in case, for whatever reason, the game doesn't end now, let's make sure we have black mana available. Do you have the Pierce? No, you do not. Okay. That's going to be really bad for you then. They could have mana drain now. It looks like they have mana drain. So the cool thing is we get to keep the Omniscience in play, which means any card we draw, we're just casting for free. All right. See what they got. We have no cards in hand, so like literally now we're just. Oh no, no! They had Teferi. They're gonna bounce my Omniscience now. I am so far behind. I am basically just dead now. I couldn't really defeat them having both fucking Teferi and Mana Drain. That was too much. Scared of Chrome Mox and... Oh, God. Veil of Summer, I guess. Do they draw the fucking Spell Pierce? Oh, fuck. If they Spell Pierce this, I could see. Spell Snare? Okay. Sure. Alright, that was ridiculous. Like, I was fine with them mana draining that spell, but having the mana drain into the Teferi to get rid of the Omniscience that turn was just ridiculous. Yeah. And then to find this, like, the snare on top of it, just wow. They wanted it more. Okay. With this deck, I think if you see a window, you kind of have to jam it. We will keep this. I'm fine with just playing. Yeah, we have Veil here. Okay. We'll get our Hedge Maze. Hullbreaker Horror, I mean, it's a threat I could put into play. I may as well take it. I'm gonna play, I think, the breed. Well, maybe. This is rough because if I want to brainstorm here, no, we're just gonna put this in. All right, get rid of that. Like, because I am gonna cast Stock Up next turn, so even if I'm not gonna get Brainstorm locked, because Stock Up will eat through it. I don't know what they have here, but it's probably not very good. Actually, we'll keep the islands. Let's get rid of Breeding Pool and Chrome Mox, I guess. We'll just draw the Chrome Mox. Okay. Show and Tell plus Atraxa. I think that's the play. There's no point. I mean, I could have actually, if I really wanted to, I could like put Atraxa under the Chrome Mox just to hold up Veil of Summer for this turn, but they didn't Thought Seize me last turn, so the chances that they were going to this turn were so low. Okay, yeah. Oh, we even drew Omniscience here. All right, so this is all fine. We'll put Brainstorm here. Cast Show and Tell. Put Omniscience in play. Yeah, Stone Rain was not enough to slow me down. Okay. Bye-bye. Do. We're basically just trying to find, we want to find our fairy. And, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to have another one of these. There it is. Put a Veil of Summer on the bottom. Get Jace. Cast stupid Jace butt face. There we go. Easy peasy. The power of Chrome Mox. That's right. That's why, like, the strongest cards in Magic the Gathering are just like a stupid, like, 0 mana artifact that just says, like, add 1 mana. And just every variant of that card ever. Look, it's like The Moxes, Lotus Petals, Black Lotus, Lion's Eye Diamonds, Mox Diamonds, Chrome Mox. It's every one of those. Even now we have Mox Ambers, Mox Opals, the new one Mox Jasper. Like it's yeah. This is a fucking fantastic hand. We have a turn 2, so we're gonna keep it. We're just hoping that they don't Thoughtseize us. And I mean, if they do Thoughtseize us, we have Assemble the Team. Okay, this looks like this might be energy. So this is probably okay. Assemble the Team's probably going underneath Mox, because I will tell you the way this usually goes. They're going to put like Static Prison in play to try to exile the Omniscience, but we're going to beat them at their own game here, because we're going to play Borne Upon a Wind and just combo off at instant speed with that stack. That's the play, people. So we're scrying any land off the top. Honestly, probably just any random non-land card stays, because it's just going to go under Chrome Mox. And I could not possibly care less what they play this turn. The only card that could actually like matters if they played like Deafening Silence in their main deck. And I don't see them doing that. Like, okay. Is that it? You've got nothing for me, opponent? They obviously have something. Maybe Galvanic Discharge. I don't know what they're waiting for here, but I guess we just get Hedge Maze. Chrome Mox is not a card I can put underneath Chrome Mox, so get rid of that. That's also fine. I think here I'm just going to put the Assemble the Team there. And fuck it, we ball. The Hullbreaker Horror was actually just super nut crushing, because now I don't even need to worry about this. I can just cast this in response. Yeah, it left the battlefield, so it's not going away. So we're just going to cast Stock Up. And I think we just bounce the token back here. Just need to draw spells to cast. Show and Tell, and I guess Misty Rainforest. I kind of think I'm supposed to just cast Show and Tell just to bounce the Guide of Souls. Actually, We super whiffed on that stock up. So here's the problem. They have the choice now of either casting Static Prism. We can put the breeding pool in play. Okay, they chose not to put the Static Prism in play. That's kind of funny. It didn't, because I guess they were worried that we were just going to cast another spell if they did, so. But it's fine. If they get rid of Omniscience, it doesn't really hurt that badly here, because I can actually just win the game with just casting regular spells at this point. I'll probably just put stock up back on top of the deck. And I can actually cast it. Because I'll play the Misty Rainforest. So then hopefully that'll fetch out the Mystic Sanctuary, put stock up back on top. So even if we don't do anything this turn, like, we're not going to die this turn. Like, they'd have to have, like, double Static Prison, and the chances of that are very unlikely. Only finding one spell off of that was, like, that super sucked. And the spell we found was not very good. We were looking for, like, Waterlogged Teachings, or Stock Ups, or Brainstorms, or fucking anything. And we found, like, 4 lands and a Show and Tell with, like, no other cards in hand. But it's alright. We're still in a very strong position here. Interesting. Okay. I don't actually want to attack here. Oh, I think our opponent is just, like, really, they're ass mad right now. Oh, no. Opponent, why? They didn't do anything in their turn. They're literally just roping us because they're mad. There's no point in bouncing this Guide of Souls right now. I would rather keep it. I have the Chrome Mox now in case, like, they like, maybe I should actually bounce it. I don't know. You know what? I am going to cast it just to be safe. Because let's say they did play double Static Prison, then just in case now, we have a little bit of a net. I think that they're just going to let the rope kill them, so that's fine. Our plan is at the end of turn, we're just going to crack Misty Rainforest. We're going to put stock up back on top of the deck, and that'll be fine. It keeps them from attacking us this turn to do that. I don't need to, like, attack them to win, so I'm not going to bother. Attacking them to win only gives them easier chances of using, like, 2 Galvanic Blasts or something like that. They'll block and then, I don't know, something. I mean, I guess if they had 2, then they would be fine anyway, but attacking is not going to make or break the difference, you know. The only thing that's going to do anything is yeah, they're just gonna die to this. There we go. Victory! We're gonna cast these 20 creature spells yet. Even if it just me. Well, the thing is, the only time we ever, like, bother to cast creature spells is when I have Omniscience in play, and usually people will just concede to that right away, so there's not even a point to casting the creatures. Oh, I guess if I cast it for the infinite again, like, maybe I'll just start casting Atraxas just for the counter on, just to tick it up. Yeah, we only have one land here, and it's not even a fetch to protect us with Veil, so I'm gonna mulligan. This is definitely better. I'm gonna keep this. Alright. I'm gonna put the breeding pool in the pool. I could potentially try to turn to them here, but like I don't know what they're doing yet, and I don't want to take a chance. Like, okay, well, that's very good. Okay, so we just put Waterlogged Teachings in play, and I don't think it's gonna matter because next turn we're just gonna Omniscience, assemble the team, and that'll be victory. The only thing we're worried about is like Static Prison, which they could have. Alright. Our best draw is I mean, it's actually not that. Alright. If you have Static Prison, we're gonna lose, but if you don't, we're gonna win. They do not. That means we are going to win this game. I'm just casting creatures because I can at this point. Yeah, that's fine. They're like, I believe you. No, 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 no. Be gone, bot. Okay. Mm, okay. I don't. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to delete the comment, but this person is banned. So we're not spamming my chat with bullshit. This is a terrible hand. We have to mulligan. This is better. Very similar to the last one. We're gonna put Waterlogged Teachings in play first. It is a very funny looking Merfolk deck. Look, I'm playing Timeless. This is like vintage in Arena. Show and Tell has become like my new favorite Magic card. Uh, this is what I'm now building for the next Legacy tournament I'm playing, and I think I either have everything or the rest is in the mail on my way to me. So figured Timeless is pretty similar with the build for how this works. I don't know if if it's that Merfolk is no good, but it's like I think it feels like everybody's drag racing and you're kind of like on a bicycle. It's like you probably like it's not like it's terrible, but you're very reliant on having stuff like Flare of Denials and Harbinger of the Seas. Whereas like here, I just have to cast this one card, and I have a lot of ways to do that, and I will just like utterly just annihilate my opponents when I do. And I think the problem is like this deck is just so much better. And I also have the Belcher deck built, and the Belcher deck feels really strong too. It's just hard to beat. I mean, I've won games in this format with Merfolk. Like, it's not to say that it can't be done. It's just, it feels like you have to try so much harder, that's all. And I don't really want to try. I think that I'm just passing here and holding up the mana drain. Because chances are next turn we just cast Show and Tell and we'll probably win this game. Oh, they're playing Gates. Okay, I think this is fine. Put Watery Grave and Brainstorm, I guess, away. Alright, crack this. Yeah, no, that's the pet rock is a legitimate thing that's in this client. Look, it has a little animation. Oh. Fae of Wishes is... It's not the worst thing they have right now. I guess if I could draw like Omniscience and shit. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're real. Alright, let's get our basic island. We'll just put Atraxa in play, and hopefully that's good enough here. It is possible that this deck has an out to this, but I'm hoping, yeah, like I'm hoping that, you know, this will be enough. Okay. Yeah, because now next turn I can Show and Tell Omniscience and then Fae of Wishes, and even if they get rid of Atraxa here, it makes no difference because the Omniscience will kill them. And I even have the Waterlogged Teachings if I have to go off at instant speed. As long as Show and Tell resolves, I win. Yeah, okay. That's it. The game's over. You know what? I will attack first, just because I can. See, now it doesn't matter. Even if they had an answer to this, it's not going to actually matter. Just to be a dick, I'm just going to combo off at instant speed, just to prove that they don't have any options. So we get Enter the Infinite. We cast Enter the Infinite. A lot of people like to use Approach of the Second Sun. Either way works. Like, they all kind of do the same thing. Because then, yeah, the second Fae of Wishes that you cast grabs the Jace from the sideboard and you just mill yourself and win. Jace is functionally the same thing as Thassa's Oracle for us, so... There we go. See? Look at how easy that was. We didn't even have to try. And we got to just pass turns holding up mana drain. Like, what a life. Like, it's great because Thoughtseize is like, there's no Force of Will in this format, so Thoughtseize is like the premier combo disruption. And we get to play 4 main deck Veil of Summers. So we can protect ourselves against Thoughtseize. We can just like wait a turn if we need to have Veil of Summer backup to just beat stuff like mana drains. We get to play our own mana drains. Like, this is great. And the Chrome Moxes let us just win on like turn 1 or 2 sometimes. Fantastic. I love this deck. This is so good. There's no effort involved at all. Our win rate is just like amazing. And we've lost like what, 1 or 2 matches at this point out of the like 9 or 10 we've played. I think that we... This is actually a little bit rough, because I don't like keeping the Mystic Sanctuary in hand here. The only problem is we're not going to curve out. Like, we have to play, like, Waterlogged Teachings and then Watery Grave, Demonic Tutor to get the Show and Tell. If anything bad happens to this Demonic Tutor, it's going to make it a little bit harder. I think we're supposed to keep it, though. We need to draw another land, and we have like a couple draws to do that with, so we'll see. Okay, we might be up against another Belcher deck. Or a Belcher deck, because I think, yeah, that's fine. We may have to be worried about stuff like Blood Moon out of this deck. So if we draw a land, we basically just win the game, right? Okay, that'll be good. All right, let's go to class. Omniscience, the best kind of science. How many turns do you get on average in this format? Well, most of my games end by turn 3. It's not, see, like, right now, if I pass the turn here, I will die to this Belcher that they just put into play. I'm not going to give them another turn, though. I am going to kill them right now. Oops, not Dark Ritual. We don't need that. We need Brainstorm. We need to see as many cards as humanly possible right now. We're looking for Fae of Wishes. So let's cast another Atraxa, because that digs the most cards here. Oh, there we go. That'll do it. The more cards we draw here, the less we have to worry about. Alright. And now we cast Fae of Wishes. Get the Enter the Infinite. Yep. I have won on turn 1 with this deck before. It's really fucking cool when it happens. Because you can do like Chrome Mox plus Dark Ritual, Land, Show and Tell, Omniscience, Fae of Wishes, and just win on the first turn. It's rare, but it can happen. Turn 2 is a little bit more common because you only really need like Chrome Mox for that. Turn 3, it's really consistent, I'd say. I think our deck basically we have like 10 payoffs, really. Maybe like 9. So there's 4 Atraxas, 4 Emeralds, and the Hullbreaker Horror. Yeah, that's fair. Or, I'm sorry, or not Emerald, 4 Omniscience, sorry. I'm thinking of the Legacy one. I have the Judge promo Omniscience is sitting in that box because I'm putting that deck together, so. Again, this kind of has the same issue here, but it's a little bit better. I might actually put the dig through time under the Chrome Mox just so that I can use the Brainstorm. Because I want to play the Teachings on turn 1, because this potentially gives me a turn 2. It depends upon how good this Brainstorm is, but this gives me the potential I could win on turn 2 here. But if they Thought Seize me now, I can also just protect myself with Brainstorm with the Demonic Tutor away. Like, I'm not scared of Thought Seize at all. It's always scary because when you play like this land, it's like it could be Show and Tell, or it could also be a Belcher deck because they do play some of these. I have a blue-black Belcher I put together with it. That's pretty fun. They are going to Thought Seize me, so I will Brainstorm. And let's put Demonic Tutor and Atraxa back. That seems fine. They'll probably just get rid of Brainstorm. Um, I guess I'll leave the Atraxa on top. Because, yeah, because there's no point in, like, taking the Demonic Tutor. Okay, they left me the Brainstorm here, which is really cool, so... Alright. I guess I'm just gonna pass. Again, they could have another Thoughtseize, so I don't want to, like, gamble here. I'll wait till their end step and then do a Brainstorm plus fetch for a Hedge Maze. They might live in fear of something like Mana Drain. They might actually have to fear a Mana Drain. I'm very surprised they took the Fae of Wishes. Okay. What are we doing? Is this Necro Dominance? What the fuck is this? Influence counter and scry 2, then target opponent may have you draw a card. Okay. Sure. I am perfectly willing to sacrifice my life total to keep you from drawing cards. This can't possibly be worth burning a fucking Dark Ritual on it. There is no way. Like, you are just giving me the game here. Okay. I would rather lose life. Okay. They might have, like, reanimate. That could be a thing we have to worry about here. Let's put back Waterlogged Teachings and I think this island. Shuffle away this stuff. We'll get the Hedge Maze. Let's get rid of that. We're just trying to show and we're looking for show and tell. Those two. I kind of want both of these really, but yeah, okay. I mean, I guess there's no harm in casting this right now, so. Think like that? I don't think the Atraxa matters here. I do think, however, I am supposed to just, Demonic Tutor. Okay. Then Show and Tell plus Assemble should be good enough. Probably. I've never seen this card in this format, so I can't fathom why they are playing this. Seems like some sort of nonsense. But I am definitely going to pay the life again. I'm not going to... I presume that their plan is to just, like, reanimate this thing. I don't really care, though. I'm hoping that I just kill them before it matters. Because if they don't, like, Thoughtseize me this turn, they're just going to die, so... What are you gonna do, opponent? Emperor of Bones, Deathrite Shaman. Well, they got rid of a reanimate here, so I'm still thinking their plan is reanimate. They're just looking for a better target to hit. They're probably just going to go with Vaultborn Tyrant. Yep, okay. I figured. Look, it doesn't matter. Like, my life total is, I'm not giving them more cards. Yeah, that'll be fine. I think we just take Atraxa here because it just draws the most cards. It also puts something in play where even if it fails, you know, it's not gonna, it blocks anything they do here. Stock up. No, assemble the team, of course. Yeah, that's what we really want. And Omniscience, I guess. Sure. We're looking for Fae of Wishes now. If we can... Hullbreaker Horror is also probably just what we grab. Like, the only thing they can do is just play the Eldrazi token, and it's not going to do anything. Goodbye. And, yeah, I guess... I'm literally just casting this to get Emperor of Bones off the table. And if they actually try to do anything to me, I have Mana Drain still. You find it odd that my range of decks are Merfolk to stuff like Show and Tell and Charbelcher. You have to understand, like, when Modern first, like, was a format, I, at one point or another, I have played basically every single deck that was in Modern. Like, I used to be a very heavy control player for a long time, actually. And you know, there was also a phase where I played many red decks, so I've been all over the place. Like, there was a period for Legacy where Reanimator was like my go-to deck. Yeah, I have a lot of experience with a lot of things. Yeah, let's get rid of that thing. Sure. I don't know what they're expecting to happen here, but it's not going to work out for them. So yeah, this is just some sort of really weird Reanimator deck. And I guess the whole point is they want us to mill cards for them with this, just so they can reanimate them, but it's not really gonna work out like that. They could recast it here, I guess. That's possible. We're just looking for like any draw spell off the top. Well, I guess no. We're currently attacking them. Any spell, right? I guess this is the reason that they are not replaying it immediately, because right now we have to find a spell to get rid of this Eldrazi token so that they don't actually die. Okay, that will do. Now we're just going to cast Waterlogged Teachings, bounce the token, attack for 14, and we win. I'm going to give them some hope, though. I'm going to attack first, and then before they can declare blockers, then I'm going to do it. I don't know why they're stuck in this mana drain thing here, because the mana's not really helping. It doesn't matter when we have 2 Omnisciences in play. Yeah. I guess they're just kind of like, they've F6'd here and they just walked away to make a sandwich or something. People do kind of get upset with this sometimes. Sure, I'm just gonna get another one of these. Because if for some reason they cast a spell, this would just, like, let me bounce the spell back to their hand, so... Waterlogged Teachings for Waterlogged Teachings with the Hullbreaker is kind of a thing sometimes. If you just want to bounce, like, a whole bunch of permanents in play. It's good to know. It's a line. Lets you cast a whole bunch of spells when you only have, like, one card in hand. There we go. Look, we have to attack with 30 creatures, alright? So we needed those 2 attackers in there. It mattered a lot. Remember, if you're watching the replay, give it a thumbs up for all the winning we're doing. Unlike America right now, we are actually winning in this stream. This is what real winning feels like. I think that I'm supposed to keep this. This is like setting up for turn 3, maybe. We got our good old pet rock here. I'm kind of upset because I really wanted the little, like, Kamigawa fish, but I forgot to buy it before it left the store, and I haven't gotten a chance to see it in there again since, so... Okay, this is important. We have to look out because Flare of Denial is definitely a card right now. So because Flare of Denial is a card, I'm going to play this here. I'm going to pass. The reason that people play this card is because they sacrifice it for Flare of Denial to draw a card back. That's it. That's the only reason. Yep. This is going to be a difficult match because they probably have a lot of counter spells in their hand. And I do not have a good way of getting through them. I will force them to burn Flare of Denial on Assemble the Team. And then I could consider putting an Omniscience underneath the Chrome Mox, but I don't know if I want to do that yet. Oh my god, they flipped this thing already. Yeah, we're in trouble because this can -3 to get... They're going to flare, and then if they have another creature, they're going to flare again. Alright. They don't have Flare of Denial. Okay. The unfortunate thing is we don't have... Yeah, we actually don't have the Show and Tell in the top third of our deck, so whoops. That was a miss. Well, we just played a land here. We can throw a Chrome Mox, yeah, an Omniscience under here. I actually kind of think that the play might be to either get, like, Brainstorm, or we might have to get a land. Because if we get a Brainstorm, we can look for a land that way, and then maybe potentially do something with this other Chrome Mox. And the idea is that, well, we want 2 lands, really. We want to play a land this turn, and then we want another one for next turn. I think I'm actually supposed to get a fetch land here. I think I'm supposed to get Misty Rainforest. Well, I guess, well, shit, okay. Whatever, we kind of blew through that. They probably have mana drain up, that's the thing that sucks. They 100% have mana drain in play, because that's why this is here. Let's see. Are they going to counter this? They are not going to. Alright, pass, I guess. Remember, this thing can -3 to just get mana drain back from their graveyard, so we kind of have to go and do this in one go. The Orcish Bowmasters doesn't matter. Because if we don't win by next turn, we're not going to win. This deck has too many cards here. They'll probably tick Tamiyo up. I'll just Brainstorm on the end step here. Try to trade this Chrome Mox for something more useful. We need to try to pick up like Veil of Summer plus a Show and Tell. Okay, no mana drain online. They still could have Flare. Oh, nope. They put Brainstorm on top, I guess. Let's see. What are they going to use Tamiyo to do? I mean, they probably just tick it up. Yeah. Alright. Probably assemble the team and they're gonna draw half their deck next turn. We will have 5 mana, but it's, or we could potentially have 6 mana here. Think that I'm supposed to put maybe I'm supposed to put Waterlogged Teachings there. Yeah, I know. I guess Hedge Maze. Alright, we need to be really lucky with this Hedge Maze right now. That was not very lucky. Which means I think that we're dead. So if we naturally draw the Show and Tell, it might work. Because I need them to mana drain this. Alright, well, we're dead. Okay. Alright, basically, if they have a counter spell, we lose. That's how this is going to go. And they definitely do, so. We had some pretty unlucky hits thus far. Opponent, I know you have it. Just cast the fucking thing. They're probably worried, like, what if he has, like, Veil of Summer? Okay, well. There's nothing in my graveyard that's really going to help me right now because they're going to kill me on here anyway, so. They have to, like, counter this, right? Yeah, come on. I know you have it. Just do it. Swords to Plowshares? Oh! Oh, they don't! Oh, God! They are desperately looking for that Flare of Denial. Okay, we might have a chance. If they don't find Flare... Oh! Oh, baby, you're telling me there's a chance. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm putting Omniscience in play. Sure. That doesn't make any difference. Alright, Atraxa. You know what to do. Yes! They gave up in the face of Atraxa. Alright. That was the longest of long shots, and we managed to get there. Of course I'm happy. I won. That was such a Hail Mary throw. Like, I figured there was like 1% odds that that worked out, and I can't believe it. That was incredible. We had to take our shot, right? We like gave ourselves every chance possible, but we got there. All right. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We're almost done plowing through gold tier here. This is what I mean. You just like show and tell is such a ridiculous card. You just like win the game so many times. Like you resolve this card, like the game's over. Almost all the time. Okay. It's not the worst hand ever. Like we have protection and brainstorm to try to find stuff here. Like I'm kind of inclined to keep this. Okay, Reliquary Tower, interesting. Polluted Delta here. We'll get the we'll hold it up. We hold up the Veil of Summer, I guess. Okay, we don't need it, so let's get the Hedge Maze. I definitely don't need that. I would like another fetch land. That's actually pretty good, too. I will pay 2 life because I would like to brainstorm for the 3rd land. Maybe even a Chrome Mox. That would be awesome. Okay. If our opponent taps out, then we just like show and tell and win the game, so. Sure. We do have to be a little bit worried. So here's the cool thing. This is our test spell. They don't have Flare of Denial, so we know we just win here. Okay. We already have a Veil in hand, so this is all academic. Alright, they don't have Flare. The game's over. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sure, let's cast Atraxa. Casting Atraxa is fun, right? Alright, let's actually cast Fae of Wishes. Get into the Infinite. I only like cast Atraxa just because I have to cast creature spells in order to actually trigger that stupid thing, so put that in there. Where is the other one? Here. There are enough mana sources with Chrome Mox here to actually win the game with a single Fae of Wishes. We don't actually need both of them. It's just faster to do it with the second one, so. But if I really needed to, I could play like 3 or 4 Chrome Moxes and the Dark Ritual, and I would have enough mana to get there with just one Fae. That's one advantage it does have of doing it this way over the Masterminds acquisition, because you technically don't actually need to have a second search effect, because it is the second one. The only bad side is you can't use it to search your deck for a show and tell. Masterminds acquisition in an emergency, you can always like 4 mana tutor your deck for show and tell. But it just it makes the lines a little bit easier to win the game because it's like you only need one card. If you have like exactly show and tell, omniscience, and Fae, that's enough to win the game by itself. Even if you've already lost the other Fae. Whereas if you only had If you only had one Masterminds acquisition, it wouldn't really work. I guess if you played two, it would still be fine. You could do effectively the same thing. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just a little easier to hardcast, so, yeah. This is a perfectly fine hand, I think. Yeah, like, if anything goes south here, we can always just stock up afterwards, but we're just gonna probably Demonic Tutor for Hedge Maze. Or, for, like, Omniscience. That should be fine. Oh, okay. We're up against, it looks like a soldier deck. Interesting. Get the Undercity Sewers. Okay, well, we don't need that, so guess I'm just gonna Demonic Tutor for a fucking land. So I can just turn 3 cast Show and Tell. Then hopefully just cast Stock Up and win. Okay. Opponent, that's not going to be good enough. I will get the Breeding Pool just in case this game, for whatever reason, goes beyond turn 3, but I don't think it's going to. The One Ring does not actually help you. You're gonna die. And even if you were protected here, it wouldn't matter because I can still win the game through that. Atraxa plus I guess manager or Brainstorm because it just digs for the most cards. Again, we're just looking for Fae of Wishes, which we will find. Take Stock Up, take Misty, take Borne Upon a Wind, I guess, and a Chrome Mox. Play Atraxa. Still didn't see it here. Well, we got Assemble, so we'll find out. I don't think any of this matters, but sure, why not? We will find that fairy eventually. Okay. There it is. All right. It's like it took way too long to find that card, but we got there. Put the Hedge Maze back. All right, where's the other one? Oh, bottom card. We get Jace, and we cast stupid Jace Buttface. Beautiful. And there we go. We have ranked up. We are now in Platinum tier. All right, I think we need one more win to cap off for the week, right? All right, let's go. Let's go after number 15, and then we'll call it a night. We'll open up our prize packs here and see if we find anything cool. So it's been about an hour and a half of gameplay in order to. And we're at 14 wins, so we're averaging what? 90 minutes for 14. Yeah, it's not bad. Alright, my only problem here is I can't actually cast Assemble the Team. I think I can do better than that. Ah, this is much better. We're going to keep this, and I think we're just going to put Watery Grave in the bottom. And we will Hedge Maze and just try to find something to cast Omniscience with. The mana drain will probably go underneath the Chrome Mox, unless something awful happens, so... We're basically... I think we want something like Atraxa or Stock Up, really, so that's what we're looking for here. That'll work. Yeah, that's totally fine. So if they don't, like, do anything on turn 1, then we just kill them in turn 2. Okay, they are definitely going to Thought Seize me. Okay, so goodbye Show and Tell. This is still okay, because Assemble the Team can find us another Show and Tell. They might actually take Omniscience. That is possible. I think they're supposed to just take Show and Tell, though, yeah. So, alright, opponent, did you keep 2 Thought Seizes? Yep, no, we did have one here, so... I'm not going to play the Chrome Mox just yet. I might not need to. I might not want to. If they, like, Thought Seize me again, then I may need to actually cast this Mana Drain so they don't cast fucking Goblin Charbelcher on me, so... Okay, well, the game is over, right? Demonic Tutor is not going to get you there. We are now just looking for any actual spell that we can just cast with Omniscience, so that'll be enough to win. I will play Chrome Mox. Here's the problem. I have to actually be very careful because if I Show and Tell right now and I do not win the game at the moment, and they put out like Goblin Charbelcher, I could actually just die. So I think I'm supposed to actually pass right now. I'm fine. I have a little bit of time. Like if they cast Belcher, then I can just Mana Drain it. Sure. I don't think you needed to shock or bolt yourself to cast this, but by all means. No, I guess if they have Reanimate, that would suck. Okay, they don't. Alright. Well, they've already done their thing now, so I'm just gonna hope that they don't have another one. This is my only... because they could draw another Thoughtseize, and that would be devastating. So I want to do this while I think the shields are probably down. Oh, we're dead. Alright, good game. See, this is exactly what I was saying. They put out Goblin Charbelcher, and they had the 3 lands here. We needed to have, like, an actual draw spell, and then we didn't have one. The problem is, like, if okay, let's pretend, like, they're in the scenario where they don't have Belcher in their hand. If we don't Show and Tell that turn, we're just risking them having another turn to potentially draw Grief or Thoughtseize, which then puts us even further, like, away from having a chance, so... I was just hoping that maybe they didn't have another one of their win conditions, and then it would be a race to see if we can find a draw spell before they did. So, this hand is fucking excellent. We're gonna keep this. This is turn 2 if nothing bad happens here. So, this looks like this is probably... Oh, this is probably, energy. Yep. Oh, shit. I fucked up. I was supposed to get Hedge Maze. Let's see. I'm just gonna pass here because if they don't do anything, I'll just maybe use Mana Drain. See what they do first. Oh, they're burning the Static Prison in this Chrome Mox now? Okay, that's fine. I don't really care that much about this thing. If you're wasting it here, then I am totally okay with that. Alright, now they need to have like 2 of them. I mean, I guess it's a card that can go under the Chrome Mox, but yeah. Why would you pay energy for that? What the fuck, opponent? It's if you don't pay for it, it just comes back as like as a, it does. I don't get to imprint with it again. Or no, I guess I do. Like, but it wouldn't. It would be really bad for me to imprint with it. So I don't know. Like, okay, yeah, I guess they have energy to spare here. All right, fine. It's a just. I don't know. I don't really feel like it was worth it. I probably wouldn't bother imprinting anything, to be honest. Okay, they're using Galvanic. They have 2 cards left. Is one of them a second Static Prison? Because if it's not, the game is just over. And if we draw Borne Upon the Wind or something like, okay, well, whatever. Let's just go. It is not. Okay, we win. Yeah. All right, there we go. Sure. Okay. That's I messed up by not like fetching them the first turn, but it was fine. Like the deck is so powerful, they totally like should not have played that Static Prison on that Chrome Mox. That was such a risky thing to do. All right, what do we got? Blue. We cast 300 artifact spells, and then this one. I guess this is the first time I've did this since these things came out. So, all right. Oh, do we have orbs? Is that what? Or do we? I don't know. We do have 2. Okay. Can pick out a cool thing. Hmm. Think I really care about any of these cards. Honestly, I don't really care about many of these things at all, but all right, we can pick out cool sleeves. This might be the coolest one. All right, let's do that. There we go. We got our 15 wins here. Oh, is it? I don't think there's any like packs on sale right now. Okay, so there we go. Let's just open up what we got here. Ta-da! Scavenger region. Okay. I mean, these are all fine cards for standard, so. And then Herd Heirloom. Cast creature spells and. Okay, that's kind of a cool artifact. I like that. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what? Here, I'll show you. If I know some of you are merfolk starved, so this is what I like jam if I'm playing standard to just try to like get like quests done or something. This is what I've been using for that. Just because the combination of a Deeproot Pilgrimage and Lifecraft Engine is really good. Yeah, it's so good. You know, Hex Catcher makes it even better. So Mind Spring Merfolk is also just like outright amazing in this deck too. It's not like the best deck in standard, but it's fine enough to play here if you want to play something that's fun. So yeah, then Sentinel is just kind of some beef. This is actually really good because it's like it counters a lot of important stuff like the enchantment triggers, so they don't like bounce your creatures or whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, that's what like standard fishies looks like when I'm screwing around with it. But yeah, no, this is yeah, we were very successful with this list today. So you got to see the turn 2 wins with this deck. You know how powerful like Hullbreaker Horror can be, and just like chaining things like Waterlogged Teachings. Also, like Borne Upon a Wind, just like winning like instant speed on the stack. Yeah, there's such power here. The Mystic Sanctuary is an important card here because this effectively turns your extra fetch lands like on turn 4. It puts Show and Tell back on top of your deck, so you have a chance to go off with it again. And yeah, the Hedge Maze and the Undercity Sewers are also like almost always going to be the card that you fetch for in the first turn. Just digging through your deck to find the cards you need, super powerful. So I will say, Timeless plays. Timeless does have the alchemy cards in it, and this is the only one that we're actually like playing. But out of all the alchemy cards, this is definitely like one of the more powerful ones. It's just so strong. It's not a guarantee that you're gonna find the card you're looking for, but it is a very high percent chance. So it's not quite Demonic Tutor, but it's close enough that we don't really care. So yeah, very powerful. That's like the main difference between this deck and like Paper. Like Paper doesn't have this in it, but Paper does have some stuff. Like you can play Cunning Wish. The Paper list also can play like the One Ring, and it has like Ancient Tombs to help you like turn to the One Ring, which is just absurd. Um, so there's other stuff you can do, but like for online, like this is definitely the way to go. Especially since there's no Force of Will in this format, like you need to have something that you can do. And Veil of Summer, just as a 4 of, is really strong. I mean, the Legacy list still play like 3 of these, but you're even more dependent on this here, just because of Thoughtseize is so powerful. And yeah, again, the threat of stuff like Flare of Denial or Mana Drain, you really want to have something that can interact against it. So I've been thinking that in the maybe the Cunning Wish deck wants to put one of these in the sideboard of it for Legacy, so I'm thinking about that. Just from my experience playing this in Timeless, I've seen like how powerful it is to be able to just win at instant speed with Omniscience. But yeah, this is very powerful deck, very fun, very easy to grind out 15 wins with. So everyone, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. If you would do me the favor, anybody watching the replay could like it. Just give it a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. That would mean a lot to me. I always read through the comments. I always appreciate it. Yeah, that's all I've got for this week. Thank you so much. I will see you again soon. Take it easy, everybody.